What is up, everybody? It is me, Christopher, and Kirsten back again, and we're gonna be talking about what is the difference between the clean bulk and the dirty bulk, because we've had plenty of experience with both. Actually, mostly the dirty bulk, but you know we have experience too with the clean-ish. So
I guess we'll start off with the clean bulk, pros and cons of the clean bulk. So first, I guess we'll start with the pros and then we'll go on to the cons.
yeah.
So I'm gonna list the pros for me personally of the clean bulk. Now, first, let's define what the clean bulk to us is. To me, the clean bulk is pretty much going on that typical bodybuilding diet. So you're eating
chicken rice,
chicken and rice,
oatmeal, and
whole
rice,
whole ingredient type foods, whole grain type cereal,
fibers,
bananas, fiber, vegetables, fruits. What else, man?
a slight surplus to like moderate,
A slice or two. What?
a slight to moderate surplus.
Yeah, slight to moderate surplus. Um, yeah, pretty much that's like the clean bulk in my opinion.
Yeah.
First, the clean bulk, it's kind of hard to overdo the calories just because the whole foods really do fill you up.
Yeah.
If you gain weight easily, honestly, the clean bulk is pretty good. It moderates you.
Yeah.
I guess it also makes you a little bit more sensitive to food. Like you won't quickly lose your sensitivity, eating clean just because all the food does take way more energy to actually burn and utilize in your body. It's not like you're smashing your body with a bunch of sugar and fat and making it so that your pancreas is just like, I can't release enough insulin to actually show this anywhere, so let's just put it anywhere and it's gonna start putting it into fat instead of it going to your tissue. Yeah, so that's one of the pros. Another pro is that you have way less water retention. If you're prone to water retention on the boat, which we really are, you're gonna get way less water retention on the clean diet. Minimizing processed foods, high in sodium, high in this, high in that.
You're also just gonna feel honestly overall better.
Yes, you will feel better.
More clear.
You'll feel more clear-headed. You'll feel a little bit healthy. I mean, you will feel healthier.
For sure.
You won't feel as much of a blood pressure spike.
Or like inflamed.
Inflamed.
Like you just
Then
feel.
again, it's like it's weird because your body will adapt to it too. And I'll get to that later on the dirty bulk. But there is a certain thing as adaptation. Like for example, I'll give an example. When I first started bulking, I started introducing eggs. I started introducing milk. I immediately broke out. I was breaking out like crazy. I would feel it hard, or I'd take crazy dumps. Now I could eat that food. I don't break out. I don't have crazy diarrhea, and it's like my body is just accustomed to eating that kind of food. But when you introduce something new to your diet, it's gonna shock the body. It's gonna shock the body, right? Because the body isn't used to it. It hasn't eaten that. Like let's just say in a couple months, couple weeks. So, yeah. I think there is more. There's gotta be more pros.
That's kind of the main pros, though.
But we're gonna okay.
But now we gotta talk about the cons of the clean bulk.
Is that really all?
Actually, there's not. I mean,
I feel like there should be more. It can't be just two pros to the clean bulk.
you also the ratio to fat and muscle.
Oh yeah. Okay,
is
that's
better.
that. Yeah, the ratio
Like
to
your composition, your body composition.
yeah, like you wake up and you like throughout your bulk, you feel like you're tighter, you're leaner, you're not gaining as much fat.
Yeah.
And
Just overall, you're gonna have a better comp.
you'll have a better composition usually.
Yeah.
Alright, let's move on to the cons of the clean bulk. The cons of the clean bulk are if you're a hard gainer and you can't gain weight, the clean bulk might be hard for you because it's like you're not gonna really like for example, let's just say like you need to eat like 5,000 to gain weight. Eating 5,000 of clean food is not gonna be the same as eating like let's just say 3,000 of clean food and then throwing 2,000 cheat, right? And in that sense, you're not going to really be putting in budging the scale, which then your strength is going to reflect that as well. Second of all, the food might get a little boring and stuff. So now I know people say seasoning and whatnot, sauces and
But
stuff.
if you're
like
eating
that.
the same stuff over and
But
over,
eventually those kind of wear down as well, right?
Yeah.
Because you're pretty much restricting yourself to lean meats and
basic
stuff like that.
basic stuff like
Yeah.
rice.
So
And,
it might get a little bit more monotonous, right? It's not going to be like you have this big variety of flavorful foods, palatable foods.
yeah.
And honestly, I think those are really the only cons I can think of the clean bulk. There's not really a lot of, I guess, cons to
yeah.
it.
Like,
So, yeah.
let's talk about the dirty bulk.
So okay, before we move on to the dirty bulk though, can you think of any other cons for the clean?
I guess you might miss out on social events if you
Oh yeah, I guess
like maybe
we didn't
people
think about that one. Yeah,
because people love their fast food, they love their like junk food. You know, it's very common, honestly.
mm-hmm.
And so if you are eliminating that, then you know you might
You won't
lose
be
some
able to
friends.
participate, right?
Honestly,
You won't be able to participate.
yeah,
All right, now let's move on to the dirty bulk. Now, this is the one that I feel like a lot of people are interested in. Especially if you've never done a dirty bulk, you might not really know if you want to get into a dirty bulk. Why would anybody even dirty bulk? Why have humans dirty bulked, I guess, in their bodybuilding career? So let's get right into that. Now first let's define the dirty bulk. To me the dirty bulk is pretty much like
the dirty bulk is more so about the quality of food than the quantity, in my opinion.
mm,
But it can be also the quantity because
yeah, it's kind
if
of
you're
hard.
overshooting your surplus and stuff,
Yeah, but
it's usually a combination though.
yeah, I feel like to me the dirty bulk is pretty much when you're you're throwing in a dirty type of food, which dirty just pretty much means it's either high in sodium, high in fat,
Highly processed.
highly processed, something like that. Like you're throwing in maybe let's just say every other meal or something like that, right? Or more. To me, that's what a dirty bulk is. Like if you're just throwing it at the end of the day or something, and it's like a moderate amount. To me, that's not really a
Yeah,
dirty
it's not
bulk.
really
That's just
dirty.
like being a normal human and enjoying a treat
A
or something.
variety of food and stuff.
Yeah.
We're more so talking about like you order a big box of pizza and then you order like a 2 liter Coke and then you throw in some sweets and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the pros of the dirty bulk. So the pros of the dirty bulk is
Crazy
crazy
strength.
strength gains. Now this is one of those that you can really tell. I feel with the dirty bulk because of the rapid water retention that you gain in the water. I mean in the leverage how do you say benefits?
Benefits too.
Yeah, sorry. The leverage benefits. And the weight gain and stuff like that. Also, could be something to do with IGF because I do notice there's some kind of hormonal thing that happens when you start eating like dirty. I don't know if it's estrogen, prolactin, IGF. It's all of them, I think, but especially IGF. I mean, that's what the dirty foods will spike is your IGF. That's how some people can notice acne breakouts on dirty foods and stuff. Is because of that. So I think all of that in unison, you're gonna see crazy strength gains. Crazy pumps. Assuming your sensitivity is pretty decent still, you're gonna notice definitely a more enhanced pump. You feel me? That water retention, it's gonna really keep you full. It's gonna keep you nice and just plumpy. Weights are gonna feel lighter because of all the extra fluid you're carrying around. And just overall, weights are gonna be more easier to move because of that extra leverage that you are carrying in your body. Another pro, you get to enjoy yourself a lot. This especially goes for like if you're in family events, friend gatherings, parties, just anything social, right? Anything social where there's a lot of food and you can participate in it. You're gonna enjoy yourself because you're gonna be like, okay, well, this is going towards my goal, so I can enjoy this kind of food, you know. And it's just fun, like especially if you, because for me and Christopher, you know, we're the type that it's like unless there's like friends or you know me and him have each other, the dirty food doesn't really spike the dopamine too crazy.
Yeah.
So if you're the type that by themselves alone already enjoys it a lot, this might not apply to you. But if you're like us, where it's like in friend gatherings, brother gatherings, twin gatherings, you just enjoy the vibes of eating food together. The dirty bulk is very fun. It's very enjoyable. It's very just like nice to be able to eat that kind of food and enjoy other activities that you like.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess those are like the pros of the dirty bulk. And now Christopher can get into I guess the cons because I described the pros. So get into the cons. Dude.
Honestly, the cons is a lot, and this more so is like if you're really overdoing the dirty bulk, like, but that is what the dirty bulk is. First con, man, is just you're gonna get really fat, honestly, especially if you're overshooting the surplus, man. Like a lot of fat. You'd be surprised how much you can just get fat over like a month. Like you can go from like 10% to like 20 easily if you really do it. You're gonna feel more inflamed. You might feel more lethargic. You're gonna feel more like brain fog and just kind of nasty in your skin. Like you won't feel like, you know, lively in a sense. And this only gets worse as you get older. When you're young, maybe you can get away. Actually, you can, for the most part. But even for us, which, well, actually, we won't say our age, but you know, even for us, man, we're pretty young. So like, even for
we
us,
won't say our age, man.
Yeah, nah, not yet at least.
Alright.
But we're pretty young, man. So for us, like even now, it's starting to, you can feel the. And this is more so if you're doing it consecutively, but that's what the third book is, right? Now I'm not talking like once a week, cause that's whatever, right? But if it's like multiple times in a day, throughout the week, throughout the months, bro, you're just gonna feel kind of fried. Plus, not just that, but if you think about it from like even just like this is more conspiracy vibes, but like the food is very dopaminergic. So when you start having it and you keep tapping that dopamine, bro, you're just gonna feel kind of more fried throughout your day. I
Yeah,
think.
because when you think about it, if it's because it's like a drug, right? Like you're spiking dopamine through the roof unnaturally, because it wasn't like it grew on Earth, right?
Yeah.
So you're spiking the dopamine through the roof, and if you spike dopamine, everything else you do in your life, how is it gonna spike your dopamine as much as like that food?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Like if you go from eating like let's just say Domino's pizza at McDonald's and then you try to go back to eating your plain chicken breast, it's gonna be you're gonna be so fried that even the chicken breast is like nauseating. Nauseating.
Yeah.
You know what I
Can't
mean?
talk is just that.
Yeah. Sorry, my dopamine's through the roof right now.
Yeah.
It's
So
gonna be nauseating, bro.
there's a lot of cons, man. Like people hear it all the time, but genuinely, like you can get super fat and you'll hate yourself. You'll be like, man, I just look so doughy. Because in the moment when you're eating all that food, sure, you feel great, you feel amazing. It's like a high, right? But then it's like after the days come out and after you look in yourself in the mirror, because maybe you've been avoiding looking at yourself in the mirror, you don't want to see the mess that you've created. And then you look and you're like, you're not happy with the way you look. And you don't want to feel that way, man. Because it can mess with your head. And it's a cyclical thing where you just end up getting kind of like just pessimistic, very pessimistic. You might even become, in a sense, I'm not gonna say nihilistic because that's not really the case for me, but you do feel more pessimistic. You feel like, what's the point? Like there's a point, but it's like you want to change, but you kind of can't change. There's a sense where it's like you feel so lethargic and brain fogged. There's almost no will to change. It's like you want to change, but there's no will. And where there's no will, there's no ability to actually move and take action. Because the most important thing is taking action, right? So make sure you don't overdo it, guys. Because we've overdone it. We've really overdone it back then. Now we're more a bit, I'd say, like more balanced. Though sometimes we do enjoy ourselves a bit more than maybe we should. But that happens sometimes. So.
Let's get into a couple more cons, guys.
Okay, yeah, you used to listen, bro.
Alright. Another con is you're gonna get less responsive to food, right? So your sensitivity is gonna go down the drain. Your BG might shoot up to the hundreds, pre-diabetic. This is something that can happen. You feel me? I've had it happen a couple times, where after a couple binges, I shoot up into the pre-diabetic range, right? And when that happens, it's like now you're really prone to fat gain because everything you're eating is not even going anywhere.
It's not even signal to go into muscle.
It's like you've fried yourself at that point. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it sneaks up on you. Usually when you have one cheat day, usually you don't notice too much fat gain, if any at all. But it's usually when you're doing consecutive ones where that's where it happens, and it's got to be that insulin, man. Because when you first introduce a cheat day,
you won't really notice much.
You'll still
you might even look better sometimes.
You might even look better
because maybe you look fuller, a little tighter, because maybe cortisol drops or water flushed.
Yeah.
But if you do this more than like say 2 times, 3 times in a row, you're gonna really start noticing your composition going just downhill. You're gonna get softer. You're gonna notice a bit more water, actually a lot more water retention. You're just gonna feel like, bro, like I think I put on too much fat.
Yeah, let's talk about a little bit of water retention. With the included water retention, you'll see a major increase in blood pressure.
Yeah.
Your heart rate's gonna be faster. You're gonna wake up with your pulse higher. And just it's funny because like it will be higher, but you'll also feel lethargic.
Mm-hmm. So that's just a bad combo.
So it's a bad combo because like what you need to do to drop it, it's even that much harder to do.
Yeah, man.
So it's kind of a drag.
Like I'll give you a personal because this even just happened today for me. Like last night, guys, we had a lot of food. You know what I'm saying? We had what did we have again? Burger King, and we had like.
Yeah, can you break it down for them? I think
I had 3 burgers, bro. I had like 2 fries, medium fries. I had like 8 pieces of nuggets. Then I had like a Ben and Jerry's and a little bit of cupcake and a little bit of a cookie. So it was pretty heavy.
Honestly, that's kind of light.
I mean, it's kind of light, but
I guess for you it was heavy.
Yeah, I guess for me, my body just was like, dude, you had pizza last night and you're not having it again. So now we're gonna make you feel thirsty. So then today I woke up and I just was like, I just didn't really want to do much. I kind of just wanted to like relax, you know what I'm saying? But part of me did want to do something. But like, then again, it was also because my legs hurt. So I'm not gonna say that that's completely why, but I'm just giving you all an example as to how it can make you feel. You know, you might feel like, bro, well, I don't want to go train. I don't want to, go see people. I just want to stay in. Cause I don't want people to see me all puffed up and bulked and whatever, dry. Like, who wants that? So.
Yeah, man. What were we talking about again?
Like, that's the cons, dude.
Okay, is there any more cons, man, to the dirty bulk?
Overall, it's just an unhealthy lifestyle that, you should know, but like for real, like I know y'all only
Okay, but this is assuming you're doing great. What if we're just doing a moderate dirty bulk?
Well, then that's not really a dirty bulk. That's just kind of eating like as a human being, right? Because we're talking about like them crazy surpluses, like 2,000 plus. Like I'm talking, your bulk calls for 4,000, but you're in like 6,000-7,000. It's like that's when you can really notice the rails going off track type. Cause yeah, like I mean, if you just throw like a couple slices of pizza, or like you have like a cupcake, maybe even like ice cream every day, like, and you eat it in like within your caloric range, like, bro, you're not gonna really notice too much. Maybe a little bit, but like not really, But if you're eating like say like way overboard, like I'm talking, normally you should be eating like 2,000-3,000, let's just say, bro, you slam like 5, 8, 7, 9, 10,000, that's when you're gonna be noticing like, okay, bro, I'm just gaining belly. So, yeah,
it's all independent of the individuals. Some of us can handle a little bit more food. Some of us can't handle a lot of food. And stuff.
And me and bro have been big eaters since we were young, bro. I mean, when we were kids, we used to eat like too much, like 10,000 every day.
Big eaters, especially me. I was like a very big eater and stuff.
Yeah, like, tell them, man, tell them.
Yeah, pretty much like all like I think the only time I was like maybe lean was like when before I would turn 5. So once I was like 6, from like 6 to pretty much like 14, I was always a chubby kid. Grew up chubby, spent all my years in elementary school chubby, more or less. I mean, 5th grade, I guess I kind of lost a little bit of weight, got a little leaner and stuff. But for the most part, all of elementary school was chubby. All of middle school, for the most part, I was chubby. I didn't start even becoming, I guess, normal weight until 8th grade, but it was in a dangerous way. I was fasting, I was eating 1 meal a day, and I was in puberty, so I shouldn't have been doing things like this. Ended up skinny fat, lost all my muscle, couldn't even do a push-up, no tissue in my frame. I could post pictures, guys.
Bro, it was just fat and bones.
Yeah, literally just fat and bones. All the fat that remained was just in my stomach. I had like no fat in my legs. I had like no fat in my arms.
Bro, I trophied his whole body.
Yeah, I trophied everything. I just it was crazy. It was crazy. I had lost all my gains, and then we started lifting in May of 2019.
Yeah, May 2019.
2019. And we went on a 30. That was the first time we actually went on a 30 boat. Our first time picking up weight, we went on a 30 boat. We gained about.
We were eating like 2 big bowls of like rice, chicken.
We was feasting.
We would get, like,
I was grabbing crackers, everything.
Crackers, garlic breads.
And that's kind of where we learned the side effects, I guess, of the dirty bulk. As in, like, it gives you crazy gains, but also gets you fat super quickly.
Crazy fat. Crazy heart rate. That's something I remember.
I didn't notice too much of the heart rate.
I remember when we were eating ice, like the mini pounds with ice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when we started noticing, like, we thought we turned diabetic, blood pressures, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we have a lot of experiences with the dirty bulk. In terms of the clean bulk, we have weeks where we're spending time in the clean bulk, and that's how we know our knowledge of the clean bulk. Now, with our metabolisms, honestly, going in a complete clean bulk, honestly, at least for me, I know for Christopher it's actually possible. For me, it's genuinely impossible. I cannot gain weight on a clean bulk. No matter how much I eat, no matter how much milk, honey, sugar, anything I'm throwing, I'm not gonna gain weight. I'm just not gonna gain weight. If I want to actually get weight and put weight on my bars and push new weight, I have to throw in a couple of cheats a week. I have to throw a couple of cheats in a week. That's just the price for me. That's the price for me. And the first time I figured this out was probably my first bulk in junior year. Because I remember there, I literally would have to be watching like Rich Piana videos, full day of eatings, force feeding food down, and it got to the point when I reached 190, I could not gain any more weight. I always noticed that when you break into a new weight, that you've never reached before, to break into that new weight, it takes so much energy and food to actually break into it. But then to gain, once you've broken it, it's kind of like muscle, where it's like, in order to gain a new set of muscle, it takes so much effort of you to push the heavy weight progressively overload and go crazy. But once you have that new set of tissue, new strength, to maintain it is not that hard. It's not that hard. It takes maybe like 1/4, 1/3 of the will that you had in order to first gain it. Gain it. I can't talk.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, that's why, like, some people can maintain 200 on just like a meal or two a day. Maybe. I think. I see a couple YouTubers talking about how they can maintain like 220, 260.
Just eating regular 3 meals a day.
Yeah, exactly. But in order to get to that weight,
you have to push you have to push your body in a way, because your body doesn't want to be that way.
Because think about it, it's gonna be like to get to a new weight. To get to a new weight, it's a little uncomfortable. You're gonna be uncomfortable, bro. It's not gonna be comfortable getting to a new weight. Your body doesn't want to gain weight. It doesn't.
Yes.
So that's pretty much the video, man. That was the pros and cons to clean bulk to the dirty bulk.
The debate is, though, which one is better?
Now, there's not really anything that's necessarily better, because it's all independent of your actual goals. If your goal is purely just mass and strength, size and strength, you don't care about any health complications, you don't care about how you look, you don't care about how you feel, all you literally want is just to put weight on the bar, the dirty bulk's gonna be your friend. The dirty bulk's gonna be your friend.
And honestly, bros, if you're young, like if I'm talking like sub, like
then you actually
18,
probably should go.
You probably should, because honestly, bro, like that's where a lot of the
like if you're growing and like you're in the peak of puberty, like you're like 15, let's say, to 17.
Yeah.
That is the peak time to do a dirty bulk. You know what I mean?
If there's ever a time of dirty bulk, it's when you're young.
Yeah.
And I'm talking like teenhoods.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because even
if you're in middle school, dirty bulk. If you're lifting and you're in middle school, especially dirty bulk.
Yeah. And I know guys are gonna call you fat. Middle school, like a lot of people are rude, but bro, if you care about these gains,
I don't even know if they will call you fat, because you'll be so strong.
True, but that's only if they know that you're strong.
Yeah.
That's only if they know. Because a lot of times, like middle school, like we had thick arms, but it's like people still, picked on us, called us big boys and this, that, that. True. So I think at that age, people don't really know about it like that. I think it wasn't until I was 14 and freshman year where people could actually pick up, like, oh, that guy looks like he's big or whatever. Yeah. So.
So yeah, man, that is the video, my boys. That was me and Christopher. We were just talking about what is the difference, what the debate of the clean bulk to the diet. To the dirty bulk. So dirty bulk.
Clean versus dirty, man. Pick and choose, depending on your goals, I guess. But if it were me, go a little bit in the middle.
I think the middle is the best. It's about balance. I don't think that
you need to,
especially on a bulk. Like if you're like us, on a diet, I don't want to have any cheats.
Yeah, so
I just want to get my goals straight and just lose the weight, right?
Yeah.
So if there's any time I even throw in that extra food that's like fun, then it's gonna be on your bulking season.
Yeah.
Your off season, where you're trying to get the mass, man. That's when you don't want to throw it in and stuff like that.
Especially if you're deep into it too.
Yeah, especially the deeper you are.
Couple months into it.
The mistake that you shouldn't make is your first weeks out when you're starting your bulk to start cheating.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Because that is the quickest way to get fat. Because it's like you're literally coming out of a deep cut, and when you're out of a deep cut, you're very parasympathetic, especially with no stimulants. So it's like, why would you go crazy on the cheats when it's like your body has just been eating chicken and rice for like, let's just say, weeks on end?
Yeah.
It's not really smart, in my opinion.
It's not.
It's the worst too, because it's like that's the best time that you want to have those cheats. You know what I mean? Because it's like when you come out of a cut, bro, the food is amazing. Like it'll bring a smile, could even bring a tear. I don't know how deep you cut, but I assume if you jump to like 5% body fat,
oh yeah,
you would probably cry eating like a McDonald's.
People love the like post contest cheat meals and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's the video, man. 24 minutes, bro. I'm sorry for the long length. Hopefully,
it happened super quickly.
Yeah, hopefully
I didn't even notice.
Hopefully, y'all boys like this video, man. Just subscribe. Follow us, man, because we're going to be making more vids like this, to be honest. Let us know what you want us to cover, because we can cover a lot of things.
Because we have a lot of topics we could cover. But yeah, man, that was Christopher. He's right here. He's in the blue shirt.
Yeah.
I'm Christian. And we signing out now, man. So see ya.